For today, I'm joined by some incredible guests who have all been builders in the base batches, building projects on base. So very excited today. I had the pleasure of connecting with June from Baseball, and we decided to do this stream here today to showcase what these different projects on base, what projects on base are being built, and what came out of the base batches. So I'm particularly interested in this. I love hearing from different builders, people who are coming up in the community, and experimenting and trying new things. So today is just all about uplifting and supporting different builders in the community, specifically those that participated in base batches. And I am going to pass it off to June to give an overview of what base batches is and why this is so important that we're here today.
GM Rachel, first of all, thank you for organizing this call. She's been
Of course.
very kind. I just like simply gave her like a cold outreach, and she was like
Of
very eager
course.
and really helpful to set up this call. So
And shout
thank you
out to
for that.
June for doing the outreach too. Going to the link in my bio, scheduling the
Yeah,
call, reaching out. And it's that easy, you guys. If you want to connect with me and come on a live stream, like I'm open to supporting and helping everyone be successful on base. So just, send the message, schedule the call, and I'm here for you guys.
Yep, there's the alpha there, and also a great thank you for all the projects that joined today. I know it's a hard time zone for some of you guys. Someone is in like the early AMs, and yeah, thank you once again. And I'll have the honor to share what base batches was, and I'll just do it really brief. And I think if you want to add like any of your personal experiences, that would be really great. So basically, base batches was like the this was the first time they've did such a thing. It's like an incubation project for new and existing base projects among about, I believe, like seven categories. So um, I'm just gonna like check right now. So there was AI, stable coins, many apps, entertainment, vibe coding, DeFi, and the last thing was showcase, which is bringing up an existing app to showcase. So within these categories, winners were selected among six regions across the world, and we participated in the APAC region. Yeah, and we were lucky enough to be selected as um, one of the finalists, and had the honor to join Demo Day, which was each project would get a 90-second pitch in front of Jesse, Balaji, and all the base OGs and showcase what they've been building across this 4-week incubation program. Yeah, and that ended like late June, which is only like 2 weeks ago. It seems like centuries ago, but yeah, we've been really grinding during that period while receiving a ton of mentorships from our respective base members and communicating with each other projects to get some feedback about how we can like develop each other's product and strategy as we go. And it's been a really delightful experience. I mean, we've already built it in base and other realms for like more than a year, but I think the recent month was the really um, tipping point that really made us go up. And as everyone knows, still day one on base. We will have like a huge announcement next week, as everyone knows. And yeah, I think it's like a good marker today to really share what everyone's been doing after the demo day and like what they're looking forward to in like the coming days. So yeah, that's all from me. Would like to hear a little bit about from everyone else about how their base batch experience was. So do you mind if I just hand over I guess let's start with Simon. He's the first one from my screen. Yeah, and then we can go.
100%. Yeah, let's go around the room. Would love to hear, who you are, what your role is on the project, and kind of high level what you've built.
yeah. Hello, my name is Simon. I'm the co-founder and engineer at Sandworm Lab. I mean, at Sandworm Lab, we are building like explorable, like a way to get data on chain. That means like there's no limitation in getting data, And I think that was one of the biggest gap we noticed is that like there are like barely any to get like custom analysis on chain. I mean, we have Dune, we have Flipside, but I think there are some limitations that we saw and like we're like, okay, let's build something to make data accessible to everyone. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, really, really grateful for you being here today. And yeah, I don't have any particular order here. Whoever wants to jump in next and, share who you are, what your role is, and what you've built.
I'm happy to jump in. I'll just say hello to everyone. I'm Steve. I'm one of the two co-founders of Scenario Protocol, and I'm based in Australia. And my other co-founder, Andy, is from the UK. So we're a very kind of international project, but we entered under the APAC region in base batches, much like June did from Basefall. And we were under the showcase stream. So we were basically bringing an existing app. However, we were very new. So I don't know, it was quite hard to pick whether we should actually do that, but we did go with showcase, even though we're very new and we are about to launch our beta. So essentially, Scenario is a way to come along and ask to be alerted on any topic of interest to you. And you can be very specific, and it's a way to cut through the noise. So I think we've all experienced the challenge of how do I hear about particular really important events in Web3 that I care about without being sent thousands of pings and push notifications from projects that aren't the event I really want to hear about. So what Scenario does is it lets you come along, pay a small fee for that request and define what you want to be told about. Essentially, that then becomes a bounty on chain, and others can also join that alert request as well if they want to know about it. And then those that are in the know, like people who might be always online or they're part of the community that is about that topic, can claim those bounties by triggering the alerts when they happen. So it's a very crowdsourced way of sharing information on topics we care about while not getting all of the other alerts that we don't want to hear about, because we're also busy and Web3 is very hard space to keep track of. So yeah, excited to be here, and Base Batches was a great experience for us, and great connections, great mentoring, and helping us get ready to launch our beta on Base soon.
Awesome. Well, super grateful for you, Steve, for being here today. And that sounds like something incredibly useful and needed that you've built. So we'll circle back around and go deeper into that. And by the way, for those of you watching and tuning in here, I think we'll go through and even show some demos and screen share some of these projects. So very excited about that. And by the way, if you are watching this right now, if you don't mind just retweeting the room, sharing this out with your network, just so we can get more eyeballs and help amplify the builders that are building in the base ecosystem, we'd really appreciate if you were able to do that. Yeah, so next, don't have a particular order here, but whoever wants to jump in next and do their intro, feel free.
Hi, I'm Josh Paul from Bitmore. I'm the product lead here at Bitmore and one of the co-founders. So I'd give you a quick intro about Bitmore, but before that, Rachel, thank you for having us, and Rachel and June, thank you for setting this whole thing up so that we get this chance to meet with the base batches alums again, right? Anyway,
So
coming
have
back
you
to
all been on like a lot of calls together, like during base batches? Like, were you guys like, what was that process like? Were you building in tandem with one another? Like, did you get on a lot of calls?
we had like calls where like all of us were together with mentors, right? But one-on-one calls, we actually did not have a lot of them, even though I was expecting us to have some of them. uh, that's feedback I gave to these batches as well, like, put us in touch with these other
Well, here
teams.
we are now. Everyone's connected here at least. So yeah, awesome to see. So Jose, like, can you tell me a bit about yourself and what your role has been, and a little bit about Bitmore?
Yeah, so I've been the product lead in Bitmo. I've been in Web3 space as a product manager for the past 5 years. So this is my jump into entrepreneurship within crypto for the first time. And what we're doing at Bitmore is essentially building a product that I wanted myself a few years ago when I found Bitcoin to be at rock bottom prices in 2023, right? So what Bitmore does is to provide you loans to buy Bitcoin. Nobody else, you have loans to buy homes, loans to buy cars, but there's no loan to buy Bitcoin. So at a high level, that's what we do. We envision a liquidation-free loan that under collateralized, where you can come bring 25% as down payment and pay the rest of whatever Bitcoin goal you have as monthly payments over. Initially, it will be 1 year, and later on, we'll be extending it to 5 years.
Wow, that's very cool. Another like very innovative thing to build. That sounds really awesome, Jose. And I do want to hear like what inspired you, what inspired your team, and like kind of with the base batches teams, like how many of there are you on each team? Is it just one person, or do you guys have like teams here?
Oh, we had like a team of 5 people building this, right? There's one designer, somebody for the smart contract, somebody for the backend, somebody who's a quant, right? It's a DeFi project, so there's a lot of math. So yeah, it is a whole team effort, and during base batches, we were able to, get mentorship on getting our math of the project checked out, and the model verified, and that was really great for us to, from an idea, we were just an idea based batches, and that the other side of it, we became a product, right? So that was what happened for us. We started during base batches. So yeah.
Very cool. Well, we'll circle back around if you're open to it, Jose. Like actually screen sharing and showing what you've built. I think that'd be really awesome to show our audience today. Visually what you guys have done. Also, shout out to we have over 100 people, 128 people who are tuning in live to watch this. If you haven't already, hit that retweet button. Go ahead and share the room out so we can get more folks in here and educate and proliferate more of the builders on base. So let's see, who else do we have? I think Alvin, right? Alvin from
Hi.
YOLO. What's
Yeah.
going on? I heard you like
Hey.
taking notes over there. Like he's prepared, you guys.
Yeah,
He's ready.
exactly. Many things to share with you guys. Hey, Rachel. Hey, June. Hey, fellow builders. Super excited to be here sharing about our project. I'm the founder and also the engineer of YOLO Protocol. What we do is actually we allow users to trade synthetic shares directly inside Uniswap. So our product is structured as a Uniswap V4 hook. Uniswap V4 is a very powerful, it has a very powerful novel architecture where you can customize a lot of things. So this is what we are building. So why we are building this product is because we ourselves are long-time DeFi engineers and also yield farmers on chain, and we are also heavy traders ourselves. So oftentimes we feel that it's quite troublesome for, let's say, Trump suddenly tweets something, oh, Nvidia is big and beautiful. But all of your assets are on chain, as most degens are. So how do you actually execute a quick trade on chain? There's actually nowhere for you to actually buy Nvidia shares, or even better with leverage. So yep, this is basically what we're building. You can imagine our protocol as actually something like a combination between MakerDAO plus something like synthetics or mirror protocol for people who has been through that era. There's a synthetic share trading protocol on Terra some time ago, plus Gearbox. So there are 3 components. There's a CDP stablecoin, there's a synthetic asset component of it, and there's also a Gearbox that allows people to yield loop. And yeah, all 3 combines in a Uniswap V4 hook, and that is YOLO protocol. Yep.
Awesome. Well, Alvin, so grateful for you being here today. That sounds really awesome what you've built. And I feel like we've gotten to everyone. Simon, did you go yet? Sorry, we got a lot of people on the stream today. I'm getting used to having, we have 6 people up today.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Awesome. So, okay, just to kind of move forward here, we've taken a moment to introduce ourselves. We've welcomed everybody to the stream. And now let's see, we got still over 100 viewers. So, yeah, just to take a moment, I would love to touch on like at a high level, or maybe even zoom in a little bit about what your project is and what you're focused on building. And maybe we could take a moment, just go around and show the products and different things you've built. Maybe we can start with Base Vol. I can't tell if June is frozen or just very still. Okay, frozen, I think. Okay, he's back.
My Wi-Fi was kind of.
It was
kind of
one of those
bad.
moments I was like, he's either like sitting really still or frozen. I couldn't tell.
Okay, so it is a project, right? Yeah, they kind of your question kind of got lost. So
Yeah. Oh, so if you want to take a moment just to kind of walk people through what Basefall is and like maybe screen share, show a little bit about what you've built, feel free. He might be having connection issues, so maybe we'll come back around to June. Yeah, if anybody wants to volunteer to go next, we got Alvin. Okay, Alvin lost connection. June is frozen. So whoever can speak.
Do you want to go first, Jose?
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah. Cool. All right, Steve. Let's hear all about scenario.
Oh, unless Jose would like to go. You I was not sure if you'd like to go first, Jose. I'm ready to as well if you'd like to. It looks like he can't hear me very well.
Yeah, I
so
think you're
Rachel?
good to go, Steve. We'll
Okay.
circle around. I think June is back now. Cool.
Great. Okay, I'll go first. So I will share screen in a moment, but essentially, as I said earlier, scenario is a way to solve a really big problem for what we think most Web3 users face, and that is the sheer challenge of hearing about the things we really care about in all of the noise. So we have built what we're calling an early access mode at the moment, and we've got around 350 people that are helping us to test it and explore that as a first step. And then that will soon become a base as a more on-chain product. So what you're seeing here is that early access mode of scenario. And we're looking at essentially tiles or scenarios that are mostly team created. So we sat down and we thought, what are some things that we are waiting to hear about, or some things that we think are interesting? And then over time, some of our earliest users have also selected and suggested some great ideas, and we've published those as well. So you can sort of see, Lems is waiting to hear about when Lizard Labs announces a mint for an NFT. And we've got a lot of community members from that particular NFT group. We had someone who was very keen to hear about when GTA 6 release date was announced. And that proved to be quite popular with our early users because, again, if you do go and you follow the GTA or the kind of the Twitter, the X accounts of the actual developer, you're going to get a lot more than just that news. You're going to get probably 3 or 4 tweets a day that aren't about that particular piece of news. So you can see that that one's actually been confirmed, and the alerts got sent out to anyone who subscribed to that scenario. We've got another user, Svenska, who's waiting to know about the repeg of the synthetic stablecoin SUSD, which has been of great interest to synthetics people, and is another example of how you can go and follow synthetics' Twitter and Discord channels, but you're probably going to cop a lot more pings than you may want. Whereas through scenario, you can just make sure you hear about the very thing that you wish to hear about. So we had these sort of handful of live request alerts that you can come along and join now. So if anyone is interested in checking it out, it's just scenarioprotocol.io is the way to find us, or at scenario alerts on X. But what we have also got is this really cool suggest a scenario section where before we do go live on base, you can basically come along and pre-populate our app with things you would like to become live scenarios when we do go live on base. And we're publishing the ones that are kind of well worded, interesting. We've got around 200 of those published so far. And taking part can help you to build your reputation score. And the reason reputation matters is because when we do switch from having 9 scenarios to hundreds, it will not just be the team who is triggering them, it will be the community. So we need to know that people can be trusted to know about scenario, know about what we're building, how it works, and essentially have some skin in the game to prove that they understand and have a history of engaging with our project. So the leaderboard is kind of showing those people that have taken part, helped us with testing, helped us with feedback, and potentially suggested some really cool scenarios. And you can imagine that when we do go live, these are exactly the sorts of people who will be perfect to confirm and trigger scenarios and take part in that by demonstrating they've got a strong history of engaging with scenario. So essentially the way it will work is these people will have something at stake. They have some skin in the game. If they act dishonestly and they trigger alerts incorrectly, they can be slashed, they can be penalized and lose the right to be a confirmer. And of course, being confirmer is sort of how you do actually claim the bounties and I guess earn. It's sort of like being an Uber driver. You're serving the other side of the marketplace and helping to trigger alerts for end users that have asked for them. So yeah, it's been a really exciting few months for us, sort of culminating in the base batches phase and the incubator that we had with them. And within about 2 weeks, we're planning to launch Scenario on base in its beta mode. So yeah, today's a great chance. And like others have said, really grateful for the chance, Rachel, to have a chat with you and sort of show what we're doing and talk about it with you.
Well, that means a lot, and I just want to compliment the UI, like the user interface of what you built. It looks really good. It looks really sleek and user friendly, and I think that's very important when building. So, just wanted to commend you and the team for your efforts there. And yeah, I mean, can you just repeat really quick where folks can go and use your product?
Yeah, I think the easiest way is just to head to scenarioprotocol.io. And that'll fairly lead you to the early access mode. There's the docs, there's a whole bunch of stuff you can read to learn about it, but that's probably the easiest way. And we're very much welcoming to people to come in and jump into our Discord, give us feedback, help us with bugs you might spot. It's very early, but we really appreciate that feedback.
Awesome. Yeah, and I like the logo, by the way, the color. I don't know. I'm like a marketing geek, so I definitely can tell you got some good people on the team who know their stuff when it comes to design and UI as well. So hats off to you, Steve, and thank you so much for taking us through the demo here today. Yeah, June. So I see June is non-frozen now. And he got blurry as I said that. June, if you're able to present and kind of show baseball, that'd be awesome. If not, if the connection isn't allowing, we can go to the next person.
Yep, I'd be glad to if
Okay,
my
awesome.
connection allows me to. Yeah.
I can
So
hear
I'll just
you
share
loud
my
and clear.
screen right away. Great. Okay, there we go. I
Oh
think my
wow,
screen is live.
this looks fun. This is cool.
Yep. Don't let that cat fool you. So yeah. So I just want to make sure like those three words are really engraved in your mind before I go into the details. So it's just predict, play, and profit. And so that pretty much really summarizes what's going on baseball, what users need to know to actually be part of this experience. So I'm going to talk a little bit about our founder's journey, about why we ended up with this product. So we've all been kind of like experimenting with products on chain, and we think crypto trading can be a bit too hard to like invite newcomers. So like whether it's just trading a new meme or doing like swaps on Uniswap, sometimes like you get faced with just like really high slippage, and sometimes you don't know what's going on. You thought you made like a profit, but you ended up like paying all of it in like transaction fees and so on. And I think to really go mainstream, we really need to get rid of these complications. And I mean, we're not gonna explain what impermanent loss to my grandma. So, and the end result, we think, is baseball. So all the user really needs to know is very intuitive decision making. So like really simple, right? So is it going to go up or is it going to go down? And we thought this is only available if all the results come out really quickly, because nobody has time to like sit on their investments, right? So we have these like three choices. So 1 min, 1 hour, 1 day is basically the time it takes to mature for each product. So I'm just gonna show you what 1 min looks like. Yeah, so as per the name, the product ends in 1 minute here. You see like a couple lines here. And yeah, you basically need to choose what your payout is here. So this is how much you're going to input. And then you basically need to click under or over, like depending on what your direction is. So yeah, it's really straightforward. So once you click under or over, your position will show on the screen here. And then depending on the time you input your trade, and then when you end, the difference will be your result. So if your prediction is correct, you will receive the payout written above. And if it does not, then you'll have to use another chance. And so this is 1 min, and for 1 hour product, it's basically the same product, but it's extended to 1 hour. And the leverage is way different here. So what we saw in the 1 minute, the leverage was maximum 2x, but with the 1 hour product, we do like option pricing. I mean, to mention again, our team is all very experienced in like the option space. They used to work in like Morgan Stanley and UBS, so they know how to like make this work, and we can really make this 100x experience not just to leverage, but actual ROI 100x within minutes. So if you hover on any of these icons, you will see pay something to win $100. So if you compare the prices, you'll see like the probability is kind of like resolved in these prices. So let's say for this one, yeah, you can see for EDC to go above this line by the end of the hour, it's kind of like a very improbable case, right? So you will be really rewarded with 100x if this prediction works out. On the other hand, this prediction will most probably materialize. So you'll be rewarded less when your prediction goes right. So I'm just gonna purchase one here to show like a demo. I can place a market order because there's already someone here and some more. And that's pretty much it. And it's a really simple experience, I think, and very rewarding and entertaining. I wish everyone can really have a chance to go at it. And if you're kind of worried about like if this is gonna work out, we have something called a volatility box here. So what it is you need to input 10 USD and then with small chances you can earn up to $100 in coupon to actually trade on platform. So there's that upside there without even have to trade. So this is going to be on a limited offer. So if anyone wants to join, this is a good chance now. And of course, we have like referral rewards to anyone that was to invite friends. So yeah, I think everyone should really just try once, and yeah. And
I have a question.
I think you
So
really can open it.
if someone's watching
Yeah, go
this,
ahead.
if someone's watching this right now and they're interested in referring a friend, what incentives are there for individuals who refer people to baseball?
Okay, for now, so if we head over to the dashboard, you'll see that users get points when they trade, and there's a referral score tab on the right? So you'll get boosted points for your trading when you refer to friends, and you will get a share of points if your referred friends trade as well. So right now it shows only scores, but as we move on, we're gonna boost this into like coupon USDC rewards and give priority to like high score holders. So yeah, and I think you shouldn't hesitate to invite on day one, because like one invite can go on a lifetime. Yeah.
Very cool. Well, yeah, and can you just reiterate like the website for folks to go and try this if they're watching?
Yeah, so the website is baseball.com. So the name itself, so it's not hard to find. And yeah, and if you want any guidance or like any questions, feel free to DM the baseball Twitter, or just email myself on June. So
Awesome. Well, June,
that's pretty
I
much
just
it,
opened up the website and it looks really fun. I have to say, it's just super like a gamified, fun experience. Even when you click the mouse, like there's just like fun little details throughout the site that make it a fun experience. So definitely see a lot of work has been put into this, and thank you for walking us through it today. And I do want to come back around and ask you more questions, but I want to make sure we have a chance to get to everyone here. So thank you, June. Let's see. So, Jose, I know you were going to go after Steve if you want to go up next.
Yeah, let me share my screen.
By the way, I think we're breaking a record here for the most most demos on a single live stream that I've done, for sure. And
All
also
right.
another recommendation, Jose, is if you can X out that little mini screen, like the little preview of our. Yep, there we
Oh
go.
yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. So a bit more. So going back to where we were, this was in 2023 when we thought, okay, when Bitcoin prices hit, I think $16,000 in January 2023. Me and my roommate in Bangalore, we thought, hey, if we had $16,000 to spend right now, uh, we could be a full coiner, and we didn't have the $16,000 at that time, and that's where the idea came from. Okay, what if somebody could finance your Bitcoin purchase, right? That's where the idea came from initially, in terms of uh, the origin story of the idea. But it was during base batches that we started building the whole product. So we are in that aspect, as you can see, we're still on Versal, so which means that we're very early. So whoever is watching this has definitely some alpha here. You can come join our wait list. Um, so how I'll just give you a quick walkthrough of how it works. Um, so you can come to Bitmore, and you can set up your BTC goal. You'll get to see what is the available BTC to be borrowed at this point. You can choose what is your goal. You'll get to see what is down payment you'll have to make. You can choose a loan duration, right? I can say that when we go live, this 3 and 7 years will not be available. It will be 1 and 5 years. Then you can opt in for your liquidation insurance, and you can see a breakdown of how much money you're supposed to pay. And let me connect my wallet.
By the way, where'd you say you're calling in from?
Bangalore.
Bangalore, okay.
Yes.
Because I like hear crickets and like it sounds like you're in like a forest right now or something from the background.
I live nearby a park, so yeah.
That's cool. You get the sounds of nature right in your home. That's awesome. All right, so
Right. So you get to I, yeah, you get to choose your down payment. Then you'll see all your loan conditions. You can accept the loan conditions, and that's it. You can hit continue. You can approve your loan, and then you're in, right? So at this point, we are at the early waitlist part, right? We have just started with our testnet. We have not created an incentivized testnet uh, mode yet, but that is coming soon. And uh, one of the biggest traction metrics that we are seeing is we had put out some conditions, we put out some analysis on Reddit, right, on r/Bitcoin. And we were looking at strategies to accumulate Bitcoin, because generally people deploy um, DCA based strategy versus, buying a chunk of Bitcoin like this in one go and paying it over time, right? It's sort of a reverse DCA in a way. You must somebody in the comment section call it a reverse DCA as well. So we are seeing traction on this. So we're thinking we will build a uh, analytics tool inside that will act as the top of the funnel for us, where you'll be able to come create some strategies and use that strategies inside Bitmo. So yeah, that is where we are, and you'll have a sat counter here where you'll see the sats going up. Uh, that's pretty much where we are at, Rachel.
very cool. And I love like the little like widgets built in. Like you have the fear and greed index there and just like all this information to like help you make an informed decision when you're taking out the loan there. So that's really cool. And by the way, I just want to shout out all of the people tuning in. We are now at 252 people tuning in live, watching the stream. If any of you have questions, if there's something you guys want to hear, if there's something you want to learn from all of our guests from today, feel free to drop a comment in the live stream chat section. We are watching that live stream chat. If any of you have questions, if you're tuning in on YouTube, Twitch, X, feel free to retweet this stream and share it out with your network. We'd really appreciate it. And yeah, Simon, I see you unmuted. What's going on, Simon?
Yeah, hello.
GM. Do you want to take a swing next and share your product that you built?
Yeah, I am sharing it. Okay. Yeah, can everyone see my
Awesome.
screen? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is Sandworm. I mean, Sandworm is a tool to make analysis easier and powerful. So, we have like, I think one of the biggest, like, data is like one of the most important thing on chain. Like, data is public. So, we're trying to make access unlimited for like everyone. So like when this is like a lot of tools in the market, they have their limitation. I mean, either they are too complex or they are simple and they don't provide that in-depth analysis. So Sandworm basically provide like a way to combine those. That means you have like power and simplicity all in one tool. So when you are talking about like custom analytics, maybe even for instance, like let's say you are doing an airdrop and like you want to send like a custom airdrop and you don't just want to use like user metrics alone, you want to use like a custom analysis. So with Soundom you can do that. So that means you are featuring out a lot. So I'm going to show you how we solve that problem. Yeah. So initially, we started as a dev tool. So you write your query, and like when you write your query, you get your analysis. So I'm just going to go to the workspace. So you can see that we have like select transaction on base. So when you run this, you get your transaction on base. Yeah. So currently we're down, so you can't really like I can't really show you like much right now. So I mean, if you look here, we have like some queries that me and my co-founder wrote. You see $1 and a dream, where to put it, like just selecting like 20 tokens from base and looking like, okay, like the activity on chain. So like we're comparing, like you're writing like custom queries to get what you want. And these like different activity you can do on chain. So there's no limitation to whatever data you want. If you are looking for like if you created it like a D app and like you want like a custom kind of analysis, you can get it with Sandworm. And yeah, and I think one of the most important part of our application right now is Warm AI. And like I think this was the idea we got during the incubator program. I mean, I think a lot of people were like, we don't want to write queries, like we don't want to write code because me and my co-founders were developers. So I think we were more focused. I mean, it's SQL. Everyone can like learn SQL, but like I think we got feedback from Akil, from our mentors in incubator program, and like I think Jesse also mentioned about like talking to users and sending like feedback form. So when we did, we got like a lot of people were like, okay, why not make it simpler? So we decided to abstract the layer of complexity from the tool. So now you can just come here and be like, what's Vitalik balance on each base, and like you get whatever analysis you have. And like this is still a tool in progress. We're on early beta and like so we haven't launched yet. But like when we do, we're going to have everything set up. So there's no limitation in getting whatever data you want.
Very cool. Well, yeah, it's exciting to see. I'm curious when you started building Sandworm, like how long, I guess I don't really have a frame of reference. Like how long have you guys all been building, like from start to now?
Yeah, I think 2 to 3 months. Yeah. I think we started like I think a month before the base bash, where like sort of we saw the gap in like data accessibility on chain and like we're like, okay, let's do this. And we're worried about like the complexity in the beginning, but we're like, okay, sure, let's just start. And then we saw a post from I think Dami, and Dami was like base bash is on, and there was showcase section. So we decided to apply for it and we got in.
Very cool. Well, congratulations on getting in and for building Sandworm. This looks absolutely awesome, and grateful for you being here today and taking us through everything. And we'll circle back around and, kind of dive deeper into each individual project here. But I do want to pass it off. Let's see. I think we got Alvin. Alvin is our last
Hi.
up for the demo.
Yup. Thank you for having 1 second. Let me share.
Of
Right.
course, take
So
your time. And again, if you're watching and have
All
not
right.
shared this out yet,
So-
it'd be really appreciated. Retweet
So-
the live stream. Okay,
So
go ahead, Alvin.
this is a hackathon demo. This is actually the hackathon demo for our second hackathon, which is a Uniswap before Hook Incubators demo day. We won some prizes, but this is just a simple one. It's not as polished as others. But basically, as you can see, that what we do is that you can see that you can swap into synthetic shares, synthetic currencies, synthetic XAU means gold, synthetic gold. This is directly inside Uniswap. This is actually powered by Uniswap's router. It's fully conformed to Uniswap standard, and you don't need to the product point is that we are a synthetic asset protocol plus CDP protocol that allows users to trade synthetic assets directly inside Uniswap. So you do not need any liquidity for people to swap into synthetic assets as long as there's a reliable oracle supporting it. So right now we are using Chainlink's data stream, and also we are exploring other options as well. So this is the first thing. And once we get whitelisted by Uniswap's front end, we will be able to swap directly inside Uniswap without the need of any liquidity providing. So this is the second part of it. So basically you can see that, yep, for the entire protocol, the CDP stablecoin is the core of it. As you can see, we have some mock assets that you can mint this kind of YOLO USD. You can mint YKRW or something like YJPY. By the way, Y means YOLO, and also YOLO Gold, and also YOLO Nvidia shares, YOLO Tesla. These are some examples that you can mint, or you can choose not to mint it, but instead of directly trading it in Uniswap. So what we can do is that we allow a native yield looping as well. Imagine if you are a Pendle user or something like you are a Beefy user, you have a stablecoin LP, you can basically use it to borrow or mint our stablecoin, and we actually experimented and we can comfortably accept an LTV of up to 95%. So imagine that you can execute a 20x leverage on top of your stablecoin yield on Pendle or on something like Beefy or something like Curve's LP. So yep, this is the second point of what we are doing. And third part of it is that, yeah, this is the cream of the crop. So other than supporting people to trade synthetic shares in Uniswap, our platform also allow you to execute leverage trading of up to 100x. But there's a catch that will be intraday. If you want to carry your position to the next day or carry it over the weekend, it will be, the leverage will drop to 5x. But yep, this is what basically we're doing. It's still a little bit not refined, but yeah, this is just a demo front end. Yep.
Awesome. Well, really appreciate you walking us through that, Alvin. And I have to say, like, I've seen you like preparing, like he's taking notes, he's typing. I love to see the dedication
Thanks.
and preparation, like here. And by the way, I just want to give a shout out. We got Steve Mary here from Scenario. Steve, I know you got to drop, but I just want to give the floor to you if you have any final closing thoughts, calls to action, anything that you want to kind of just ask the community here. And I'm sorry, Alvin, I'm going to just mute anyone who
Sure.
isn't Steve for a moment, just to eliminate any background noise. Steve, so yeah, if you want to share any calls to action or anything that you'd like to share with the community, closing thoughts before we drop, I'll pass it to you next.
Thanks so much, Rachel. I know that one of the topics on the agenda was just base batches broadly and like why base. So I think today's call is a good example of why. Like there's just so much happening, so many teams building very cool things. And what we took as a team from our experience was how much support there is in the base ecosystem from people who might be base ambassadors in different regions, builders, obviously people who actually work for base officially. But we are super excited by that. Like the number of people that are excited for what we're doing, interested in helping us. Even June, thank you so much for setting up today's call and putting the invite out. I just think there's a really nice community there. And, you know, the energy level is high. So base is a place that we're excited to be. And Rachel, thanks to you. Like you're doing an amazing job of
Thank
adding
you.
to that. It's great.
I wouldn't honestly. I mean, I'm like, sorry, my puppy's getting excited here. You guys can't see off camera, but yeah, he's like, oh, you're giving other people attention. No. uh, anyway, but yeah, just so grateful for y'all, like for everything you do in the base ecosystem. Like the builders are the backbone of the base community. Like we need to support and uplift like the builders like you guys more. I feel like so any opportunity I get to do that, from the community side, it feels really good. So very grateful for you, Steve. And yeah, I mean, we do have a lot more on the agenda to go through here. I know we're getting like over time, but we're trying to squeeze six of us in here today. So, Steve, anything you want to share before you drop? Like, where can folks connect with you, follow your project, and connect on socials? Maybe we can touch on that real quick.
For sure. And I think one of the other builders here touched on it, which is that idea of being early. So with Scenario Protocol, you've probably got, for anyone who's watching, another 2 weeks to be officially early, like really early, before we launch on base mainnet, our beta. So if you do hop into our Discord, you can claim an OG role, which is not going to be around for much longer. You can get a head start on building your reputation score, which will matter when we are on base. It will let you do more. And so now's a really good time to do that. And as I sort of touched on earlier, because we're building a product which is all about what people need and want topics, now is such a good time to come and reach out to us and share the sorts of scenarios you would love to see on the site and what you're waiting to hear about. But the way to connect with us is, I think, just head straight to at Scenario Alerts on X, give us a follow. And from there, you can obviously find all the links you need. You can get into our Discord, into our early access website. And within about 2 weeks, you'll be able to do a lot more on base. So now is the good time to be early.
100%. I'm just going to share my screen really quick, you guys, and show the X account. Scenario Protocol here. So give them a follow. Let's help just proliferate what the projects on base are building. Like let's get this follower count up, you guys. If you're watching and you can give them a follow, I don't know, maybe we'll come up with some creative giveaway. Like let me reflect on that. But yeah, towards the end of this live stream, if you guys give a follow, if you've retweeted, if you've shared, I think we'll do a little giveaway here today. I feel like that feels good.
I love you, Rachel. It's a great idea.
Awesome. Well, yeah, I want to be respectful of your time, Steve. If you have to jump, totally understand. I know we're over time here, but I do want to go around and just continue sharing like where folks can connect with each project and share any calls to action. I also want to hear like all of your main takeaways or lessons learned from base batches, what that journey's looked like for each of you, what you've taken away from it, and what you're most excited about for the future. So. Yeah, we'll go around the room here. Steve, if you have to jump, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, and thanks to everyone for being part of it. Really enjoyed it.
Of course, absolutely, Steve. Thanks so much. All right, so June, maybe you could kick us off here. I'm curious to hear from your perspective. I mean, you reached out to me and were like, hey, like I wanna do this live stream. We got base builders from the base batches that we could feature, and it seems like this has really impacted you. So I'm curious to hear like your journey building on base batches and what your main takeaways have been.
Yeah, thank you. So building on base. So like other projects, so we were actually like live on base when we decided to join base batches. Then we really thought about like what would be like the best platform that would be like the best chain to actually like fulfill our dream to make trading an easy and simple experience for everyone. On chain or potentially even off chain. And then we saw like the developments on base, what they were working with on Forecaster. And I mean, like the numbers are really, hey, Curie.
We got a little
Yeah.
cameo. He's
And,
the newest base builder on the call.
Yeah, everyone's a builder. Like even for like our little dog friend here, like what would be the best to reach to our audience. And we thought like base really hits the point, like even like both on the technical side and the distribution side. Back a little bit on technicals, base is increasing its gas limit like just over the months, and I don't think it's really being highlighted by accounts, but that's also a very important development. And don't forget to mention developments in the wallet and well, what's coming up next week. Um, and the developer references the infrastructure, like name it like even explorers or like just wallet connections. It's just a really easy environment to build on. And I think the users, the creators are also out there as well. There's a lot of loyal members on base, like unlike some other places where it could be you just like hop on for like an airdrop and then they disappear like on the next month. So for like a long-term sustainable growth, and we really wanted a place that can really stably hold us. And I think base really those matches those
I
conditions. And
I feel that
yeah,
100%. Like it is such a long-term play. Building on base, it's like Coinbase isn't going anywhere. The base team is goaded. Like they're doing the right things, and it gives me so much confidence for the long term, right? Like we've chosen such a stable home to
exactly,
build,
exactly.
and it's still the Wild West in crypto, you guys, and it's very important where you choose to build. I've seen that be like, kind of like the end all be all for certain projects. You got to choose a good foundation to build on, and I think base is like probably the strongest, if yeah, strongest foundation to build on in the crypto space. So also totally agree, June, that you made a good choice making base your home. um and I do want to go around like Alvin, Simon, Jose, and just hear, what have been your main takeaways from building on base batches, and like what that journey's looked like for each of you. And no particular order. I see Alvin's unmuted, so we'll go with Alvin first.
Hi, sure. Thanks, Rachel. Actually, like what Jun mentioned, that Base has a very strong ecosystem, and also the user are real and the user are very organic. It's unlike other chains where people are just farming volume for expectation of airdrop. Base explicitly mentioned that there's no airdrop of Base token. There's not going to be a Base token, and but users are very actively engaging in different protocols in the ecosystem. And like Rachel mentioned, Coinbase ain't going anywhere, so it will continue to support the entire ecosystem. And many exciting things are happening on the chain, especially something like securitized tokens. I believe Coinbase just get SEC's approval on launching that, and also there are many some KYC mechanism on chain. That are the things that we are anticipating, and also we believe that building on base will make us great, and also we will get a strong support from the community and also from Coinbase. Yeah.
100%. I mean, we're doing it here today, showing up, supporting and amplifying what you're building. I mean, there are many people like myself, like, Lane not on base, Quigley, who I think is doing his space right now, secret base. A lot of us that just really love showing up every day and supporting people who are building on base. So I think you've chosen a place where you're just welcome with open arms, and there's a lot of support from the community. So was just having this conversation earlier today with like people looking for where to build. I think base is a really solid choice because of that community support. So totally second that opinion, Alvin. And yeah, just want to go around to Jose. I see you're unmuted. So Jose, what were your main takeaways? What were the main things you got from the base batches experience, and like what were the takeaways for you?
Yeah, to first touch upon why base, which I think a few of them I've already covered, but the vibes, right? This is where the vibes are.
The
Uh,
vibes, can't immaculate vibes, can't beat the vibes of base.
yeah, even when the a quick example could be the new Coinbase wallet that is about to be announced, right? Everywhere on crypto Twitter, if you go, you see TBA, TBA, TBA. The whole
It's
marketing team is
everywhere.
exploded,
We
right?
painted the
Absolutely.
timeline with TBA.
Yeah, and we don't know if it's to be announced or the base app. We have no idea.
I'm saying true builders assemble. That's my TBA
Ah,
definition. Do you guys have a favorite so far? Your
I
favorite
think the base
TBA
app made the most sense
the
to
base
me.
app, yeah. Do you guys have like a favorite like fun definition you've seen on the timeline?
Anyway,
Um,
coming back.
I
Sorry.
always forget.
You
I
always
see
forget.
it
I
and
I
I hit a
saw one
like and then I
from
forget it. Yeah.
Nikeshi. Shout out to Nikeshi, if you guys know Nikeshi. I am Cheris. She just had like a silly one. It was like too based. Like so. I don't know. That one made me laugh. I will admit. Shout out to Nikeshi.
Right.
Yeah. So Jose, like,
Coming
I'm
back
curious
to
to hear more about your journey.
yeah, coming back to choosing base. So we are a Bitcoin product right now. Um, Coinbase supports has one of the tokens, wrapped Bitcoin tokens, tokenized Bitcoin, CBBTC, which has highest amount of liquidity. Like if I have to go to the technicals of why we chose Base, right? So we think to bring Bitcoin on DeFi rails, Coinbase was Coinbase and Base was our only real place to go in that aspect, and we also needed to use another product in the Coinbase stack, which is Deribit, to offer liquidation-free loans. So it made sense for us to choose the Coinbase stack, and the support that the builders get here, right? It is amazing. On from the moment we went out for base batches and we won there, like immediately we were put into Incubase, which is an incubator for us with hashed emergent and base, right? So the whole journey with base so far as a builder has been just amazing. So I think outside of that as well, when we look at the actual users, if you there's a metric that I'm trying to track, which is called as cost per retained wallet of projects. I think base will have the least of that cost because the users are real and not farmers.
100%. There's a lot of just authentic engagement. I've been reflecting on this today too, and like the community I've built with Let's Touch Base, like just keeping that a place where it's safe, where people are literally safe on Telegram and connecting and supporting one another. So I do feel like that's a shared sentiment or shared value in the base ecosystem that people prioritize is like, connecting with real people, building authentic relationships. So yeah, totally love that, Jose. And I am curious, I want to make sure we get around to everyone here. We're getting to the last couple minutes. So Simon, curious to hear your takeaways from the base batches experience, what your journey looked like throughout the experience.
Yeah, hello. And I think in summary, my experience at the base batch was amazing. I think one of the reason we decided to pitch to base was base as like these like base is a growing train and chain, and like we're dealing with data where the more data, like the more the chain is growing, the more data we have on the chain, and the more analysis tool is needed. So, I mean, 10 million plus transaction is going on base daily. So I felt like it was like a strong way to market our product. And I think one of the main takeaway is I think I love the stuff Jesse and Base is doing for builders on Base. I mean, we have gotten like so much support. I mean, we are still in beta, and we haven't gotten any active marketing yet. But we've gotten like lot of users, like lot of like user feedback, and like okay, do you guys have the actually? Will you guys have like support for like desk liquidity for token for like cross chain? Like everyone's asking like okay, everybody's pointing out like the kind of data they need, and like that's really amazing, and we're getting like support from like the base team. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, one constant theme I keep hearing is just support from base, support from the team, support from the community. I hope you guys feel the love and like the passion from this community and the team. It sounds like it. So yeah, super excited. And I see we got a link here in the chat from Jose. For anybody that wants to see bit more, it's the X account is at bitmore_BTC. And yeah, I'm trying to think of who else we haven't gotten to here. Who else wants to share like their journey on base batches or like their main takeaways?
I think we
Did
covered
we
everyone.
got to everyone? We got to everyone.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, we
cool.
got to everyone.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm like senile at this point of the day. I've been on calls all day. All right, so yeah, just to kind of put a bow on everything here. Finally, just want to ask any calls to action for the community, or maybe we do call to action and something you're most excited about for Onchain Summer. We have, a new day happening in Los Angeles next week. I will be there. So very excited about that. But yeah, curious if you guys have any final calls to action or, and or want to share something you're most excited about for this Onchain Summer. And why don't we kick it off with June?
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, call to action. So I think, yeah, thank you for mentioning On-Chain Summer. That's a very good place to start if you're in the States, of course. But if you're not, Base has this new initiative across the world called base country leads and ambassadors. So if you're building anything, doesn't have to be live already, or it could be just an idea. Please reach out to your respective country leads. For us, David for APAC has been really helpful for us to like onboard
Love
during
David.
the space batch season. Yeah, so if you're a builder, I think there's like over 10 builders, I mean 10 country leads around the world. So they will really help you on what's needed, maybe help you with some grants along the way. So that's it for builders. And if you're a user, yeah, just go on to Forecaster, just go onto the base Twitter and see what they're posting. That's pretty much like what they're focusing on, what's the trend, and just deposit some funds and just try them out. And if you're looking for any trading fund, don't forget it's baseball as well. So yeah, that's my output there. And yeah, thank you again, Rachel, for organizing this call. There's a ton of skilled creators in this space that's really helping to spread the information. So that's definitely a go-to as well. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, June. And thank you again. I just want to shout you out for just taking the initiative, for reaching out and asking, hey, how can we get amplification? What can we do together? How can we collaborate? And it's that easy, you guys. Feel free, like, just send the message, reach out, connect with other people. I don't think you'll be surprised. Like, the base community is always down to collaborate and support one another. So that's the way we roll. And June, thank you so much again for just taking initiative and reaching out to me. All right, to go around the room, do a lightning round of calls to action, or what you're most excited about for On-Chain Summer, or both. We can kick it off to Jose next.
I think I'm most excited about the TBA app. I can see that there's a chat function there that is coming up where I'm hoping we will be able to have some community grow inside the base app itself.
I
So
just
I'm
want to
pretty
live stream, you guys. I want to live stream in the app. That would be like, I'd be so happy. If anyone from base can hear me.
yeah, we all want different things from the app, but that's what, right? And we feel like we will be heard by the base team as well. That's what base brings to the table. So anyway, that's what I'm mostly excited about for in the next maybe 1 month in terms of what's happening within the base community. For us, we are going from a prototype to an MVP inside Bitmo. So that's the journey that we are taking. We are opening up funnels. We are reaching out with the product marketing, and we're wrapping up our user interviews. So whoever is helping us along the way, and this goes to you as well, Rachel, we are planning on doing what we are planning to call as a gratitude drop, right? Pay it forward is what we're thinking. So
I like that,
anybody,
has a better ring to it, I think, than an airdrop. I definitely like that, a gratitude drop.
yeah, so anybody who's on a wait list right now, who's giving us some feedback on what polishing the app requires or anything, you will be part of the gratitude drop. So that would be my call to action for all of you guys. Come visit us on our Twitter, where you will get the latest link. So, and from there, go to our app and just join our waitlist.
Yeah, I'm gonna share my screen real quick and just show you guys. It's at bitmore_BTC. Please, if you're watching, we got like how many people here? We got like over 359 people tuning in. If all of you can just take a minute and give a follow to all these projects that are here, it makes such a big difference, for these up and coming builders, up and coming projects in the base community. Everyone starts somewhere, and this initial, early support really makes a difference. So please, if you can, give them a follow if you haven't already. Bitmore_BTC, and you can open the app here from the link in their description, or in their bio rather. All right, now I just gotta stop sharing. Okay. And let's see, who else do we have left to go? Jose, thank you so much again for being here. Love what you're building. Thank you again for just going through the demo and educating the community on what you've built. And yeah, let's see. So we got Alvin and Simon. Alvin, you're unmuted, so we'll kick it over to you
Yeah.
next.
Yeah, so just a quick one. Other than the TBA app that I think Jose has mentioned, and also I think it's a very good gateway for consumers to participate more actively in the base ecosystem. And the second thing that excites me the most is the onboarding of traditional finances and securitized stocks. This is something that excites me a lot. So these two parts are the reason why if you are a builder, you should build on base. This is one of the most vibrant ecosystem, and so for YOLO protocol, our roadmap will be planning is to launch our beta by in 2 months time. So yeah, feel free to follow us. We might be airdropping to our early users, but the airdrop is a little bit different. It will be we try to make our token the securitized token of our protocol. It's not like a mere liquidity token, but rather it resembles securitized ownership of the entire protocol. Yeah, but yeah, feel free to follow us. It's YOLO_protocol.
Awesome. YOLO underswap. Sorry, YOLO. Let me look this up really quick. Can you say that one more time? Underscore.
It's YOLO_protocol. So
All right, I'm gonna do the same thing for you. Let me screen share really quick, just so everyone watching. Close to 400 people watching, and that number will go up. Usually after the stream ends, a lot of folks will come back and watch the replay. So 372 to the 372 people watching. Let's get this number up, you guys. Let's follow YOLO protocol. And all right, I know we said earlier on, I mentioned doing some sort of giveaway, and I want to come back to that. What I'm thinking we could do is 20 USDC on base. How does that sound, you guys? $20 giveaway. If you could take a screenshot and show you followed all of the projects here, YOLO, Baseball, Bitmore, Sandworm, and then we have Scenario Protocol. If you could show me a screenshot and comment on our live stream with the screenshot that you followed everyone and you retweeted the stream, I will give you $20 USDC and base. I'll select one winner for the giveaway. So you heard it here. That's the giveaway. And you can do this, after the fact too. I guess I'll cut this off in like 24 hours or so. But yeah, just want to support these, up and coming builders, you guys. Let's help them out. And let's see. Another one would be Baseball. At Baseball app. Give them a follow. Let's support Baseball as well. And let's see who else we got here. Sandworm.
Sandworm.
Yeah, Simon, if you want to take us home and kind of share your final call to action, or any closing thoughts, or what you're most excited about for Onchain Summer.
Yeah, I mean, the main takeaway we got from the incubate was distribution. So like we're working on we're building fast this period, so we're working on launching soon. Working on an AI layer to make on-chain query easy. So I think that's what we're working on. We're just building really, really fast, and launch is soon. Yeah.
Amazing. Love the little video you have pinned here.
Yeah.
Futures on chain. Sandworm knows how to ask. I love it. Really cool branding. I love that little sandworm when things are loading on the website. I think it looks really cool.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Yeah, I think you guys have just done a really great job. And again, if you're watching this, give Sandworm a follow at Sandworm Labs. Screenshot to show you followed all of the projects that have been on the stream today. And you will have a chance to win $20 USDC on base. So yeah, let's see. Did we get to everyone here? I think we got to Alvin. We got to Alvin. Okay. Sorry. We have a lot of people on the street today. Yeah, I guess, June, I'll pass it back off to you if you want to take us home here and just share, like any closing thoughts or your takeaways from the stream today.
Yeah, so I think today's today's call is very meaningful because these are projects that usually don't get a lot of spotlight highlight on through like other parts of media. This is like the very grassroots of the base ecosystem, and so I wish like this is a great like start of something as we move forward. So we just don't like we're not like focusing on the projects that already are having like the limelight, the focus, and then show some interest to those projects that are really grinding are in their very early stages, and then we might even get some synergies from projects that are maybe looking for their PMF and so on. And just users, please don't be shy to like give us like feedback. It's really what makes us grow. It's what made Base grow. I mean, Base is doing great now, but it had its twists and turns as it came to the stage. So it really all matters to your contribution in this ecosystem. So really looking forward to that. And yes, and we're not going to stop here. So please stay on the look for all the projects here: Sandworm, YOLO, Scenario, Bitmore, Baseball, and yeah. And thank you for joining us, and thank you, Rachel, once again for hosting this call.
Of
Yeah,
course.
Rachel. Hello. I just want to put in like for the viewers here, if you have like any problem with getting data on chain or making any analysis, just like join our Discord, send a message, and like we're working on like improving data and making data accessible to everyone on chain. So yeah, you can reach out to me directly. You can reach out to my co-founder, or you can join our Discord, and like there's free access. Like so access is like limited, so we just join and test our product and give feedback. Yeah.
Awesome. Simon, thank you so much. Alvin, June, Jose, and Steve's not here, but Steve, if you watch the replay, thank you for joining us today. And to all of our viewers, you guys, we are now at 414 viewers, got over 400 people tuned in live watching. So grateful to everyone for taking time out of your evening or morning, wherever you are in the world, to learn about what people are building on Base. I think that's really admirable for those of you that are tuning in and taking your time to educate yourselves. And yeah, $20, you guys, 20 USDC on Base is still up for grabs. I don't see any screenshots coming in. So again, I'll recap the giveaway kind of guidelines here. Follow each of the projects that are on the stream for today. Screenshot to show you've done it, and screenshot to show you've retweeted the stream as well. So I'll be keeping an eye out, and that 20 USDC on Base is up for grabs for whoever wants it. I do want to do a disclaimer. We normally do this at the beginning, but I'll say it here before we close. Nothing from today's stream has been financial advice. We encourage everybody that's watching and tuning in to do your own research, look into the projects, and yeah, just DYOR, and nothing here is financial advice. This is purely for educational and entertainment purposes. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Alvin, Jose, June, Simon, thank you guys so much, and happy Onchain summer, you guys.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you for having us. Bye-bye.
Of course. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, enjoy summer, guys.
And let's